C.J. Anderson has found a new home with the Detroit Lions in the Lions backfield. It's Mitch here of the Bottom Line View. What's going on? I'm here to break down another NFL free agent signing. C.J. Anderson, he signs with the Detroit Lions. Now, looking at the Detroit Lions and their backfield, it didn't really seem like they needed to go out there and add another running back. Of course, they have Kerryon Johnson, who's a young, promising running back who can do a little bit of everything when it comes to running the football, catching the football. He seems to have the explosion and the trait to be a #1 running back in the NFL in just his short stint in the NFL. And I'm a huge personal fan of Kerryon Johnson's running style and style as a running back in general. But he does need some help. Of course, they do have Theo Riddick, who's a fantastic pass catcher on third down. He can run all the routes out of the backfield. You can put him a little bit in the slot if you need to. He's a fantastic receiver, one of the best receivers at the running back position in the NFL. So you're looking at their depth chart. Of course, you have a role for Kerryon Johnson. He's your starter. He's your go-to guy. You have a role for Theo Riddick. He's going to be your third down back. He's going to be your pass catcher, as well as Kerryon Johnson, who can mix in there. Zach Zenner is a guy that can do a little bit of everything. Now, he's not a #1 back, but he's not bad either. He has some versatility, and he's a pretty tough back. He can do a little bit on special teams as well. I kind of like to think of Zach Zenner as the Rex Burkhead of the Detroit Lions. That's kind of the similarity I see between the two. And then when you go with Kerryon Johnson, Theo Riddick, they had LeGarrette Blount last year. LeGarrette Blount was kind of their big red zone back, as well as the fourth down kind of grind out the clock type of runner. And they bring in C.J. Anderson to pretty much replace LeGarrette Blount in that role. C.J. Anderson, very similar in that regard. He is 28 years old, a little bit younger than LeGarrette Blount, but he's seen similar success in his career. He has had 1,000 yards in 2017 with the Denver Broncos. He's had some successful years with the Broncos, winning a Super Bowl in 2015 with the Broncos, averaging 4.7 yards per carry. 849 yards basically in his rookie/breakout season in 2014, where he made the Pro Bowl and basically took the NFL by storm that season with 8 touchdowns, 849 yards, and 7 starts. This past season was very interesting because a lot of people were looking at C.J. Anderson and saying, hey, this guy might be done. He comes out, and with the Carolina Panthers, he doesn't do anything. He's basically not even a good backup for them. They were looking for somebody to help Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. He wasn't a fit there. He did average 4.3 yards per carry, but he played 9 games and only had 24 rushes. So he wasn't really doing anything for them, and it just didn't seem like he fit the Carolina system. But then he goes to the Rams, and he puts up monstrous numbers, averaging 7 yards a carry, 299 yards on 43 carries in 2 games at the end of the season while Todd Gurley's injured. This is not just C.J. Anderson as a backup. This is C.J. Anderson as the go-to guy for that backfield, a backfield that was really looking to pound the rock, and Sean McVay made C.J. Anderson the focus of their offense over the past couple games of the season. In the playoffs, he has a good playoff run with the Rams. He has 189 total yards on 46 carries. A lot of that came against the Dallas Cowboys, where he had another huge game. He didn't have a lot of success in the Super Bowl, but he's shown success in the playoffs, 234 yards and 2 touchdowns with the Broncos in 2015, winning that Super Bowl. So C.J. Anderson's a guy with experience. He's a guy that's been around the block at only 28 years old, and he's a very good guy to have in the locker room. He's a great power back. He's tough to take down. He's a little pudgy, but I'm sure if he goes through training camp and all that, I think he'll get back into shape. And even so, when he was at that weight, he was playing even better than when he was playing at a normal weight in Carolina. So maybe you kind of want to keep that weight on. But C.J. Anderson, I've always been a fan of. He did great things early in his career, kind of had a little bit of a slump there going to Carolina, but then proved that he still has it. And he's still a guy that just 2 seasons ago was a 1,000-yard rusher. He's still a guy that with the Rams had a ton of success. And when you're looking at the Lions, I don't think they need C.J. Anderson to be a player that can start and can be a 20-touch guy. but I think they could use him as a red zone guy. They could use him as a short yardage guy, and they could use him as a fourth quarter grind out the clock type of guy. When a defense gets tired, you pound them with C.J. Anderson. And if Kerryon Johnson does get injured, then you can go to C.J. Anderson, and he's shown the ability that at this point in his career, he can still play a few games where he is the go-to guy. He is the starter. But I really like what the Lions are doing in terms of their personnel at their running back position. They have all the different types of runners. They have all the different types of backs, and I think they're molding a very nice unit at this running back position, whether it's Kerryon Johnson, Theo Riddick, Zach Zenner, or now C.J. Anderson, along with a pretty good offensive line. And I think Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn, what they're doing over there in Detroit, they're trying to establish that they want to be a run-first offense, and they want to work their passing game off of that. They've recently, last year, had high picks on the offensive line, and they're trying to make that unit a sole focus of their offense to help Matthew Stafford end this passing attack. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this move. I think C.J. Anderson still has something left in the tank. I still think he can go, and I think he proved that in last year's late season run with the LA Rams. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you like this move? Do you hate this move? Do you think this is a good move for the Lions, or would you have rather have seen them draft a running back? Let me know in the comments section. It's Mitch of the Bottom Line View. Thanks for watching. Gronk spike the like button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.